Sometimes there's a big difference between a good idea and a God idea. Hello, I'm Eddie Lawrence. Here's today's devotional thought. We're back in Mark chapter 8, verses 31 and following. Jesus has told his disciples openly that he must be rejected by the elders, the scribes, the priests, be killed, and then rise on the third day. This is when Peter pulls him aside, rebukes him, and Matthew tells us that Peter says, "Far be it from you, Lord. This will never happen." And Jesus rebukes him and says, "Get behind me, Satan. You're not desiring the things that be of God, but of man." In other words, your mind is full of the wrong kind of thinking. And yesterday, from this passage, I shared with you that we shouldn't be the devil's spokesman. We're back here this morning for a little bit different perspective to help us. This whole interaction has so much in it. But think of this. Peter had placed himself between what God had called Jesus to do and Jesus. He got in between it. Sometimes God is working in somebody's life and we get between them and what the Spirit of God is doing. So we have to be careful with that and make sure that we're being led by the Holy Spirit. Now, realize that not only is the enemy here working against what Jesus is all about, but the enemy's also working on Peter. Remember, Jesus had just told Peter, "I'm giving you the keys of the kingdom. You've heard from the Father. You're blessed." And we also know that later Jesus will tell Peter, "Satan desires to sift you as wheat, but I prayed for you that your faith fail not, and when you're restored, you'll strengthen your brothers." Put all of this together and see that the enemy was trying to shortcut what God wanted to do in Peter's life as well and derail Peter. So we're told here that by Jesus' own testimony, Peter, you're thinking like men, not like God. So it's not like that there was these demons inside of Peter and demonically inspiring him. No, the devil was just using his natural human thinking in a way that was keeping him from being in alignment with Jesus. Jesus setting his face toward Jerusalem. He's committed to the Father's plan. And by the way, we know that the devil didn't know that killing Jesus would be used against him. So really, from the devil's perspective, killing Jesus would be, that's good. But yet Peter's trying to tell Jesus, "No, you're not going to be killed." And Jesus says, "Get behind me, Satan." So in the middle of all of this, from the Holy Spirit's perspective here, the enemy is trying to disrupt things in Peter's life. He's trying to disrupt things in Jesus' life. And he'll use whomever, however, whatever to do that. Even some of our good intentions. I think Peter was trying to protect Jesus, because if you follow this on through, when they come to arrest Jesus later, he pulls a sword. He's going to protect Jesus. And he's the one that follows Jesus when he's arrested. But it's there by the fire that he begins to deny him. You see, his faith, his pride got in the way, and he fell. But thank God he was restored, and he did strengthen his brothers. So think on these things. Not every good thought is a God thought. And let's be used to the Lord to fulfill his plans. God bless you.